Hello and welcome to TerraFirmaCraft Season 1, Episode 8, I think? That should be 8. And I'm actually just kind of wandering a little bit. I kind of got off track and lost where I was going, but I found the little river bed area, I think. I hope. Should be, because I think I followed this in the first place. Now, the good news is, I got quite a bit of food now because I accidentally plucked a chicken to death, or pheasant, technically. It's not like it really matters because pheasants, I think you can breed them, but I don't think there's any real point to. I'm still gonna steal another feather because why not? Feathers are actually useful, and I was actually just going to gather a couple of feathers specifically for... Actually, no, I don't think you can actually breed pheasants because... Yeah, I don't think you can breed them. I think you can corral them and harvest them for feathers once in a while, but I don't think you can actually breed them, so it might be my best interest to actually pluck them. I guess not really pluck them to death, but until I can actually have a means of maneuvering and moving the animals to a pen, which is something I want, I'm going to have to stick with what I'm doing now. Now, I do, however, need one thing. And I don't know why. It's spiking for some reason. Yeah, it's like the first stutter is a pretty subtle and very annoying one, but the rest of them tend to get worse, and I don't know why. By the way, this is instant death if you try to fall from this, and the lag does not help. The lag really does not help. Hey, there's a creeper. Goodbye. I didn't do it. So, yeah. Shale. I actually kind of like shale, but yeah, this is an actual ore deposit that I don't even know what it is. I have a feeling it's silver, though. I don't know why. I just suspect it is silver. I suspect that you are a skeleton and you are a cave. Okay. So this is apparently a very interesting... In fact, actually, I want to mark this because this is actually something that will be important. Because I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Not player death. And there we go. Because I want that. Because I will need that at some point. And I want to see if there's anything without being shot. And I don't think I can do that without being shot. So, yeah, I'm not going to tempt fate just to get shot for no reason. Because I can easily... Okay, I'm stuck. But as I was saying, I could easily just look from right here. Is that a cave? Or... Okay, I thought that was actually like a world chunk hole thing. This is actually interesting. I want to take a look at it. Okay. So, apparently, this entire area is not having ground underneath it. That is the most interesting cave system I've ever seen, because I've never seen anything just stand out of thin air. And I am getting terrified because this area is really riddled with destruction and death. So yeah, I need to move out of this area because... I don't think that's natural. Yeah, I really don't think that's natural. Okay, this is definitely not natural. Okay, I'm a little terrified when water's literally floating and grass is somehow growing out of water. Hmm. This is oddly more terrifying than it actually seems, or less terrifying than it actually seems, but it is strangely very odd. Okay, what are you? Because I am very interested in you for some reason. Because you look like something I might want. That is something I want. Though it has no use. It's actually a very good currency item for, what is it? For multiplayer. In fact, actually, speaking of multiplayer, I actually wanted to go on to a TerraFirmaCraft multiplayer player server and play around for a bit. Never got around to it, but ooh, it looks like a very unfortunate fall if I were to fall. Give me your feather. You know, I'm just going to get into the habit of stealing feathers from those things. Yeah. Sounds like actually a pretty good idea, because feathers are valuable. Oddly enough, this is a really big deposit of stuff I need, because I need a lot more of it. Because unfortunately I did slack off and not gather a lot of clay to begin with, so gathering a lot of clay now is probably one of the best ideas I can do. Now I will be probably compressing this into blocks of clay just to transport a lot more, because I think I only have, well, actually I have a lot less space than I actually thought I would had. Yeah, decay is not cool. I don't really care about the knife. The knife was actually in my way and I wanted to destroy it, but this helps. Let's see, how much do I have? 40? Yeah, I need a lot more. Unfortunately, clay is really, really useful and I need tons of it. I need a lot of wood too, because that's one of the next projects I have for this series, is to produce a lot of a material, and I'm going to need a lot of wood for that. And there we go. First thing I'm tossing that, because I don't really need a stone. I want to make these. Now you can't convert them back, you actually have to dig it again. So it is kind of an annoyance, but I mean it's really well worth it because you can store more. Thank you for your contribution to making more materials. Is that basalt? Okay. This is still the area that has literally nothingness under it. This is still quite terrifying, even though it doesn't seem that terrifying. Because that means this area could just fall in at any time, and it would not care at all. Must be a volcano nearby. Which is actually a bad thing, since I'm apparently running into a lot of nothingness. So, if there's a volcano, and suddenly there's nothingness, like that. I mean, these aren't even ravines, they're just literally like pits of nothingness. And it is quite terrifying, actually, because I have to maneuver over this stuff. And that's why I'm terrified, is things are collapsing already. I have no idea where I'm at. I am going over... Where am I? Why does my map look so different? Okay. My markers seem Oh, that's because the ore group is... Did I just... Okay. One of these changes that. And I need to figure that out immediately because this is an issue. I hate these... I hate how it changes your ore group. Or your group. Numpad 3. I can't click that for some reason, but I used to be able to, so don't know what that issue is. I think that was berries. Home. I need to go home because this is starting to get terrifying because literally the ground is not here. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad because there's not even water underneath this water. And that's something that is a little bit more terrifying, and this is really actually quite bad because there is literally nothingness here. Like, I can't move for some reason. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm thoroughly terrified right now because I can't do anything here. And there is no ground. So, yeah. We're gonna have to hide out for a bit. And I'm not sure where it's safe because this area might not even be safe. So, yeah. I need to plan out my next course of action because I need to apparently move here. I know where this is, so this is actually safe. But this area is just like really messed up. Like, I'm literally terrified of this area. I mean, this generation is just like really messed up here. And it may have the fact that I had tried to load in the, I guess, version 11 of TerraFirmaCraft in this, and I am not in a good position right now. And this food's actually going to decay faster if I don't start removing the decay. So very minute amounts, but still it's enough to start slowly whittling down the amount of food that's there. And back at base, when I go back to it, it will indeed have a lot more corruption than, or not corruption, decay than this stuff. And while this says 00, I can't actually remove that 00 for now, but not much of an issue. Can I put this and clay together and make... Nah, thought not. What time is it? 1900 hours. Limestone, shale, Guinness, Geas, not Guinness. I don't know why I said that, but that was really funny. Niece, or geese. I think I can convert that into flux, which is actually something I'm going to need soon. I got this dirt. Where did I get this dirt? I need to actually think, where did I get this dirt? Is it because I was like walking around this area, which is utterly terrifying and dangerous? Can I actually... Oh wait, you can't actually see them through the walls, or this stuff. So you can stare at them all you want, it won't do anything as long as you don't step out of the tree. This is actually still one of the most effective ways of surviving the first night. Yeah, this is actually outside of the tree and I can't get back in because I'm lagging. And again, it's storming. So great. Don't you just love when huge amounts of storms rack your area and annoy you? I really actually need to get home because I have food that I need to deposit, and I'm not sure if I can actually survive a full night again. So this may be stupid, but there's plenty of trees around. And that's because of that. This entire area is just so unstable, I don't want to be standing around in it for too long. It is really bad. And this may be my own fault for loading... Ooh, okay. Is that native copper? Please be native copper. Okay, fire starter, get out of my inventory. That is not. Fire starter is not useful right now. Fire starter useful later on. Why am I not throwing this stuff in here? Okay, zombies are slowly wandering their way to me. Okay. I have to actually go the long way around. And he'll slowly wander his way to me, but luckily water is my friend here. It's actually swampland, and swampland's actually something I was... Oh no, it's... I need mountains, jungles, and plains. Something behind me. I was hearing like a creeper or something. A second set of footprints. Okay, for a second I thought... Okay, now this is somewhat easier for me to maneuver. I actually know where I'm going now. I have to move around this though. And that skeleton will be an issue because they are more accurate in TerraFirmaCraft than they should be in the way this is. Luckily, water is the determining factor for sprinting, which is good because that means I'm not so reliant on food to sprint, because sprinting is like an essential part of existence here, and you can't actually outrun a spider without it. So, okay, I should be, yeah. This is where things start becoming a lot easier for me, because I actually know where I'm at. Yeah, that's the limite stuff. I can't seem to move faster here. Oh. I may have just got myself into a bad position. Because I know that there is no cover here. Now, I actually do want this on hand. Now, I do know that there's a lot of this. I do believe that's still oats. Yeah, it should be oats. I'm not going to bother with it right now. Why am I going so far? It's because of this mountain. I had to think for a second. Okay, I'm actually safe-ish. Because I just need to get up to that, because I do know there's tons of cover up there. So if I can just get up to there, I am safe. Tons of cover. Where's tons of cover? It's over here a little bit further, because this is that one area I was telling you about that had the oak. I am now safe. You didn't see anything. Ow. You didn't see anything. None of you saw anything. Now I feel a little bit safer. And they'll just wander off soon enough. As long as I don't pester them. You have to stay... If you have a lot of them and they're following you like this, just stand here and they won't really be able to see you. It's kind of preventing them from actually entering this block. That's only if they actually see you. If they don't see you, it doesn't matter. Since I used that for a while, yeah, it's about time for me to be able to do the next episode, so if you like what you're watching, subscribe. If not, oh well. Have a nice day. Enjoy my deaths for now. I actually get to eat after this episode. So, see ya.